see you for Super Bowl 59. The Philadelphia Eagles are there. They will represent the NFC. Of course, they will face whoever wins the AFC matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills, which is just about to start over on CBS. Doc will come up next. For those of you watching on Fox, we will see you again. Saquon Barkley in his first year with the Eagles, leading them back to the Super Bowl. We will see you from New Orleans in 2 weeks, everybody. 27-15 in this NFC Championship game with Michael Strahan. The Eagles set the tone, first carry.
Yeah, they set the tone. The guys set the tone for their whole season. Kurt, Saquon Barkley. I mean, this is a great job of everybody. He got Goddard, Malata, pull outside. A.J. Brown, we talk about how the receivers get involved. He cracks down. And all you got to do, I said earlier in the pregame, you got to put a heavy hit on him and put a body on Saquon. He's too strong. He breaks the tackle there and runs for 60-plus yards, which seems to be a sweet spot. Here is a great vision. Steps up in the hole, has Lulu commit, and then just bounces to the outside. He's too fast for anybody to catch him. I mean, this guy's just been incredible. 3 rush TDs, 60-plus yards in his playoff career, and they've all been this season. Amazing, amazing first half by Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, Terry talked about the importance of turnovers in the pregame game that turns the ball. Team that turns the ball over, chances are it's going to lose. Here, De'Ami Brown out wide. Zach Bond punches the ball out. Great play. Philadelphia flying to the football. Great coverage here. Shipley hits Jeremy McNichols, forces the fumble. Second half, this is similar to the score they had week 16. Can't give up the explosive plays. Have to assume every series is a 4th down.
What about Terry McLaurin in the pregame interview talked about winning time moments, and what's not a bigger winning time moment than 3rd down in the NFC Championship game? He has that explosiveness right off the line. He's running a slant route, one of my favorite routes in the game, and then he finds that open lanes and he takes it to the house. Terry McLaurin is one of the best yak catchers in the game. That's yards after catch, and what I really like about that route as well is when he catches the ball, he stays in stride, and that's what keeps that separation from Darius Slay and all pro quarterback.
He had that Gronk speed.
Yeah, that Gronk speed, all right.
Hey, Gronk, the one thing about it, Washington was behind in half a dozen games this year and came back to win. And I promise you, with Jaden Daniels at quarterback, every player on that football team believes they can come back and win. How many of you remember Chicago? You know, they can come back and win this ball game with that quarterback.
They had 2 turnovers in the first half. Both led to touchdowns. That's the difference on the scoreboard. 27-12 here at the NFC Championship game.
It is interesting because even, listening to the telecast, the announcers were sitting there talking about, they're not really even using him. He's kind of like a complimentary piece, and he's not the focal point because I don't think they need to. I mean, Kellen Moore is doing a pretty good job distributing the football to everybody, keeping that Commanders defense on their toes. And then when he needs a big play, when he needs to kind of show his dominance, he hands it to him. He lets Jalen Hurts run. He included A.J. Brown. Goddard got involved. I mean, the offense did an excellent job today and really in every aspect of the game.
And I want to get into that passing game here in a moment, but it's been a spectacular season in totality for Saquon Barkley, now 30 yards away from breaking the single season rushing record that is postseason and regular season. Terrell Davis owns that back in 1998, but we are 30 yards from a new owner of that record. This is also the first time in playoff history that a quarterback and a running back combined for 6 rushing touchdowns, 3 and 3 apiece. Never been done 3 and 3 in a postseason game, only been done once before in NFL history. But the arm of Jalen Hurts featured in this game and in that first half. Confident play calling from Kellen Moore, even getting away from that run more than you like to see a little bit at times. But this was sort of an answer to a question that we had put out in front of Jalen Hurts prior to this one.
This was the most encouraging sign from Philly's win. Seeing Jalen Hurts throw it around the yard, seeing Jalen Hurts still running the football, because we definitely were concerned with the health of Jalen Hurts and what he can do in terms of being a +1 in the running game. But this was his best performance. 246 yards, one passing touchdown. He only had 8 incompletion, guys. He was at his best. And I love seeing when one is celebrating with his teammates. That means they're liking each other again. Everyone is they're all one big happy family. They are having fun. And this is a deadly team because, we had these discussions, Christian, early in the year about the most talented team, the most balanced team. When Jalen Hurts is playing like he did today, when he can run the football and, of course, taking shots down the football field and targeting A.J. Brown, their offense is very, very difficult to stop.
Well, see, that for me was the play that you're talking about. It was a 4th down and play. And the greatest sign of trust and confidence an offensive coordinator has with his quarterback is identifying man coverage on 4th down and throwing it a deep fade route. A.J. Brown keeps his feet in bounds. It's a 1st down. It's 31 yards, and they go on to score. To me, that was the sign that everything was on the table, especially during the week when you weren't really sure if Jalen Hurts was healthy. And here it is right here. It's press man coverage.
4th and 1.
And it was 4th and 1, right? And that was a beautiful throw. And here's A.J. Brown mixing it up. And if you would watch this, you would think that A.J. Brown would get the unnecessary roughness. That was on Lattimore, they called it. That led to another touchdown. And then here's the touchdown that A.J. Brown had. I think when you start complimenting each other, and this is what they always talk about complimentary football. Quarterback does what's necessary. The backs do what's necessary. The offensive line was in shambles to start the game. We weren't sure if half those guys were even going to make it. They finished the game, and of course the defense did its job as well.
It certainly did, and when you look at what he was capable of, Jalen Hurts, that is, he also did it with a taxi squad in front of him at center between Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens. So the calm, the poise of Jalen Hurts with all of that change in front of him, impressive nonetheless. You don't score 55 points in a game, let alone a playoff game, unless you get a couple extra possessions, guys. And that was maybe the undoing of Washington in this moment. 3 fumbles, costly at that, a late interception. What did you make of the lack of execution, Christian?
It is funny. You're going through the playoffs, and the reason why you keep advancing because you're not turning the football over. So you had a turnover on your second series after a long drive that led to 3 points. You had a special teams turnover, and then you had Austin Eckler with another turnover. Here's the special teams. This is after a touchdown, and here come the Commanders trying to deuce answer, and they weren't able to do it. I was keeping track mathematically, and I'm not very good at it, based on the percentage chance of you being able to win in the NFL off 1 turnover in the playoffs, 2 turnovers in the playoffs. And after the 3rd one, the chance of winning is like 1%.
It just says good luck.
It just says, we'll see you. Have a good offseason is what it really says. To me, that's been the difference throughout the entire postseason in the NFL.
And that's why they say when you have turnovers in playoff football, it will cost you double. They feel like 2 turnovers because it's hard to get over those said turnovers because you're playing good on good. And outside the sloppiness in terms of what Christian alluded to with the turnovers, what about the penalties, right? You lost the turnover battle, and you lost the penalty battle as well. You had 9 penalties compared to 5 from Philadelphia. That's losing football in a moment like today. You have to go out and you have to be your best, and it hurts when you turn the football over, but the opposing team, they're not turning the football over, and you have more penalties. I mean, that's the best way to get sent home to Cabo, even if you're not ready to go. When you play sloppy football, I've said this time and time again, since the playoffs have started, you have to protect the football like it's a newborn baby. Cradle it and don't let it go. Because if you let it, don't bite it. Bite it. Don't bite the football. You want to cradle it and don't let it go, because when you let it go, that's the fastest way for you to get sent home with an L.
It is unbelievable what this offense was capable of in the face of this Washington defense that all season did just enough, but it was not enough in this game. 55 points, the most in a playoff game since 1999. But this is also a moment of hope and a moment of celebration for a team that went farther than anyone thought it would, and it was because of the play of that quarterback in Jaden Daniels. When you look at the box score, it doesn't look like the reason they lost this game. He did just about as much as he could given the circumstance, and he took his team to this moment.
No question.
When you look at it, and I know it's hard to do for a guy and for a team in this moment, but when you look at what was accomplished, this is a franchise that has done a complete 180 in a very short amount of time.
No question. We've got to realize the last time they've been a moment like today competing for a conference championship, it was 1991. Like 1991. Jordan was en route to getting his first NBA championship. That's how long it's been since they've had an opportunity to really get to this moment. So for
tất cả các bạn đã đến với kênh YouTube của mình. Video ngày hôm nay của mình sẽ là những video tô mò. Đây, những video tô mò của những sản phẩm con vật đây các bạn ạ. Đây là con chim cánh cụt này, mình tô rất chi là nhiều con vật. Ở đây con cá sấu này, nhiều lắm. Các bạn hãy cùng theo dõi mình tô những sản phẩm nha. Đây. Và để tô được sản phẩm của mình không thể nào thiếu được hộp săn mò. Đây là hộp săn mò của mình, thường dùng này. Nó phụ trợ cho mình tô mò sản phẩm. Và bây giờ các bạn cùng theo dõi mình tô mò nha.
Xin chào tất cả các bạn nhé. Hôm nay mình
sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn cắt và dán chiếc chìa khóa nha các bạn. Và giờ mình sẽ in chiếc chìa khóa này lên tờ giấy rồi mình sẽ cắt nha các bạn. Mình đã in xong rồi mình sẽ cắt nhé các bạn. Kèm mình đã cắt xong chìa khóa rồi, mình sẽ cắt những bộ phận nha các bạn. Đầu tiên mình giờ mình sẽ dán nha các bạn. Giờ mình sẽ ghi tên các bạn nè. Giờ mình sẽ ghi tên các bạn nha. Vậy như vậy là mình đã đây là xong rồi nha. Mình cảm ơn các bạn đã xem video của mình. Các bạn giờ mình đã xong rồi, cảm ơn các bạn đã xem video của mình. Xin chào tất cả các bạn đã đến với kênh YouTube của mình. Video ngày hôm nay của mình sẽ là những video tô mò. Đây, những video tô mò của những sản phẩm con vật đây các bạn ạ. Đây là con chim cánh cụt này, mình tô rất chi là nhiều con vật. Ở đây con cá sấu này, nhiều lắm. Các bạn hãy cùng theo dõi mình tô những sản phẩm nha. Đây. Và để tô được sản phẩm của mình không thể nào thiếu được hộp săn mò. Đây là hộp săn mò của mình thường dùng này, nó phụ trợ cho mình tô mò sản phẩm. Và bây giờ các bạn cùng theo dõi mình tô mò nha. Xin chào tất cả các bạn nha. Hôm nay mình sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn cách cắt và dán điện thoại Samsung nha các bạn. Giờ mình sẽ in nha các bạn. Mình đã viết xong khuôn. Giờ mình sẽ cắt nha các bạn. Giờ mình sẽ cắt vậy nha. Bây giờ mình sẽ viết nút nguồn cho điện thoại của mình nha.